So back in April of 2022, we released a video that talked about the steel pricing and forecast. And now we're sitting at August 1st of 2022, and we're here to give you an update. I'm Paul Rubio, and welcome to the Metal Roofing Learning Channel.
This is the Metal Roofing Learning Channel, brought to you by Western States Metal Roofing, where you can find a variety of colors and finishes, all while saving by buying factory direct.
Hello, I'm here with Mark Fields, a purchasing agent with Western States Metal Roofing, and today we're here to talk about the steel price forecast for Q3 and early Q4, and especially related to the metal coils and metal roofing and siding industry. So Mark, we talked last April of 2022, and at that time, prices had been falling, but then they were going up drastically because that's when the Russia-Ukraine war had started. So in the last 4 months, what's changed?
So the price of steel is starting to trend down a little bit month to month. The availability, able to get the material a little bit faster.
In April, as the price was escalating with the war, what did the CRU get to for the price of steel, Mark?
So the hot roll was $14.73, and the cold roll was at $18.78.
And where are we now?
Right now, we're on the hot roll is at $861, and the cold roll is $1,227.
Okay, so we've had a significant drop. Now, have you seen things, now that we've come down so far, are you seeing things starting to stabilize a little bit as we near the end of Q3 or Q4, or do you think it's going to drop significantly further?
Well, it's been dropping at a steady pace, at a slow pace, probably the last 2 months. So it seems to be like it's hitting the end of the drop. So at 1227, and it's probably gonna hit the floor here pretty soon. Probably shouldn't go down too much. Maybe just guessing, maybe around 1100 or so.
Okay, so we're hopefully maybe starting to stabilize here. Now, downstream to the end users, have they really seen these price decreases, or is everybody's inventory priced at a higher rate because there's a time lag to get the steel in? When are you going to, as an end user, when are you going to actually start to see some of these price decreases coming?
I would say the price increases have not hit anybody yet, but they should start, I would say, pretty soon, because that material is just getting ready to start hitting the floors of the manufacturers. So they should start seeing some price decreases maybe as soon as next week, the week after, but in the coming month for sure.
Are these going to be drastic increases, or are these going to be gradual increases on a month-over-month basis?
I think it's just going to be a gradual decrease. The cost of production is still really high with all the added costs that go into it as far as labor, supplies, PVC, fasteners, all that stuff. That pricing is not coming down. It's the steel is coming down.
Got it. So what you've gained in the price of steel lessening, it's being balanced by. I mean, I know our labor rates have gone up significantly. Freight costs and fuel prices have gone up. So there's a little overall decrease you expect, but when you balance in all the other factors, they're kind of weighing on each other, right?
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now we're kind of talking about cold rolled, hot rolled. I mean, and galvalume for that matter, galvanized. What about coated products? Painted metal coil, flat sheets, and panels. Is that a different situation than we're looking at with the normal steel products?
Yes, for our prints, our PVDFs, it's got another added cost, which is the cost of the paint itself, which has gone up significantly over the last. It's been going up probably since before the end of the year, but it's really starting to take off now, getting a lot higher to where it's becoming a much greater percentage of the total cost of the finished coil.
When you look at the increases in paint cost and the decreases in steel cost, when you kind of look at the whole package, is actual painted coil, has it gone down? Has it stayed about the same, or has it gone up a little bit when you balance both of those factors?
When you put everything in, the painted steel has gone down just a little bit.
Okay, so just slightly.
Right.
Okay. Now, what about supply? I know back in April everybody was on allocation. Are we still on allocation with PVDF coatings?
We are on allocation, but we're still able to get the amount we were getting, which is enough. We're at the point where it's balancing with our demand right now.
Okay. Have there been any delays to lead time trying to get the coil painted, or is that staying stable also?
Now, actually, the lead time is getting a little bit better. As of right now, the supplier has the resin to make the paint. How long that's going to last, it's hard to say.
Okay. Well, that's good news. I mean, as we look a few months down the road, do you expect the PVDF situation to get better, worse, or stay the same if you had a guess at this?
My guess is I think it's going to definitely get worse.
Okay.
I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's in the future. It's definitely going to get worse.
Now, why do you expect it to get worse, Mark?
Because there's a supply of the resin itself is limited. There's only so many producers of it, and there's no plans that I know of that I've read anywhere to increase the production of the resin. And what's driving that is the batteries for the EVs and solar. They're using the resin, which is the same product that goes into the PVDF, and that demand is so great that it's just taking it all out of the market.
Got it. So there is no solution for the future. So it's likely to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are speculating that maybe the battery industry will come up with something that is better than resin, but I think that's just a hope right now.
Hey, Mark, another problem that was really affecting steel supply and steel cost was transportation, whether that be arriving at the port, transporting on a vessel overseas, rail, or just normal trucking. How have you seen that? Has the port congestion improved? Have pricing got any better or worse on the transportation cost?
Yeah, the port's gotten a lot better. I actually looked it up before our call here, and the number of vessels waiting to get into the port had gone down from a record high of 109 to right now it's at 20. So it's a significant, very, very big change. As far as the trucking goes, the cost hasn't come down, but the availability seems to be a lot better as far as getting trucks under stuff.
What are your thoughts about demand and possibly the way inflation is going to affect both availability and the pricing of steel?
It's real hard to say right now. And one of the things they look at for the future is how are the architects? What's the architectural billing? As of right now, because it kind of gives you a tell into the future as to jobs that are potentially coming up. And it's pretty stable. It's not as high as it was last month, but it's really close to the same. So there's been no that hasn't tailed off, which is a pretty good sign. But with with what's happening with the interest rates, inflation, and all that, it's really hard to guess what the demand is going to be. I mean, personally, I think it's going to be. I don't think it will. Might not be like what it was when. What was it, about 6 months after COVID? But I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be steady, and I don't think we're going to see a huge dropout in the construction market.
You can find step-by-step installation videos and homeowner guides on our channel. And don't forget to show your support by by hitting the like button and subscribe. Want to learn more? Check out these videos.